How y'all doing today? It's your boy Eat Right Guy, and I'm back with another video. And this video is gonna be a little different, man. I'm just gonna kind of express my ideas and freestyle this video. I'm kind of making a video response to somebody that left a comment in one of my previous videos. She was talking about how she just became vegan and her husband has been totally against it. And he's a pretty open-minded person, but when it comes down to this, he just is very reluctant. He's also a nutritionist, and he's also somebody that has high blood pressure. And at first I wasn't gonna make a video response to it. I kind of just went back and forth with her in the comment section, but because I relate to her husband so much, I think I want to just provide a little more insight in video format. Hopefully anybody else that come across this situation with a spouse or a loved one, maybe this video can reach out to them and help them. I'm not trying to change anybody. I'm just trying to open up people's minds to other forms of eating. So let me just read her comment. Hopefully she doesn't mind me doing this, just so y'all can get a little more insight on what I'm gonna talk about. And so she says, my husband is a nutritionist, and so me going vegan definitely threw him through a loop. He fought with me and argued with me about it. The B12 thing stops him too, except he goes so far as to say, if we can't maintain our diets through our own adaptation, then the diet isn't a healthy one. There's no arguing that point. He's stuck in his ways and there's nothing that I can do about it, so I stick with my vegan foods, and he has steak and chicken for dinner. I liked how you mentioned that you all were already eating healthy though. He eats plenty of vegetables too, and he had high blood pressure and PTSD. He had high blood pressure as well. He thought it was his PTSD and constant stress for military nonsense, but I will bet his blood pressure is still high now that he's out of the army. And so like I said, man, I really relate to your husband. Like, I had his same mindset 3 years ago. And to be honest with you, coming from a man, there's really nothing you can do to change his mindset. Us men, we're kind of stuck in our ways. We don't really like to change. And in my opinion, the only person that can change a man is another man that he respects, usually somebody that's older than him. So with you being his wife, even if you were his mother or grandmother, there's nothing you can say that's gonna change him. And so I'll kind of just go through how I transition to a plant-based lifestyle after being a dietitian who was totally against it. And like you said, he has an issue with the B12. Oh, if you got to take B12 supplements, then this diet can't be healthy. Well, to kind of break that myth, B12 is produced by bacteria in the soil, and the reason why people that follow vegan or plant-based diets have to supplement B12 is because of modern agricultural practices of using pesticides and herbicides and washing our vegetables. It kills that bacteria that makes B12. And also, eating meat isn't that much of a viable source of B12. And the reason why is, like I said, because of modern agricultural practices, the soil is, you know what I'm saying, doesn't have that bacteria anymore. So they actually have to supplement livestock with vitamin B12. So if they didn't supplement livestock like cattle with B12, then you would become vitamin B12 deficient eating a meat-based diet. So once I learned about that, that kind of changed me. But getting back to when I say that as a man, you need another man that you respect to change your mind. One of the people that changed my mind was Dr. Greger. And if you don't know him, he has a YouTube channel, Nutrition Facts. He also has a website, and he's a doctor that pretty much focuses his practice around plant-based diets. And I used to watch his videos on and off. And I would watch it and then I would stop watching his videos because I felt like he was leaning towards veganism. This was back before I was a vegan, and I was like, he's, you know what I'm saying, I didn't really like that stance. And so, but I always would come back to his videos because I felt like he was giving great content, and I liked how he implemented research studies into his videos. So I highly respected this guy. And when he came out with the book, How Not to Die, I read it, you know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to know more information, and I respected him. Even though he leaned toward veganism, I still respected his research, and I felt like he was a good researcher. So once I got to the blood pressure section of that book, because I had high blood pressure, even though I was eating healthy, working out and everything. In that section, he said that, man, if you follow a plant-based diet, people tend to lower their blood pressure. And at that point, I was trying everything to lower my blood pressure because I was in the pre-hypertensive stage. And so with me being a dietitian that focuses on kidney disease, one of the main causes of end-stage kidney disease is uncontrollable high blood pressure. And so I see the outcomes of having that blood pressure high like that over the years, and I do not want to be on dialysis one day. So I tried the plant-based diet. I think for like 2 weeks, went and checked my blood pressure, and my blood pressure went to normal. And I did this like more than one time. And once I realized that, hey man, this plant-based diet really could be the thing that's lowering my blood pressure, like I completely gave up meats. But like I said, man, it took me another man to influence me. Also, something that you can recommend to your husband, you can show him this book called Blue Zones. And if he's not a reader, you can show him, they have it on YouTube, like a short kind of video just introducing the author of the book and what he did. Well, it's this guy, he went around the world to study the people and the cultures that lived the longest. And he kind of documented everything they had in common. And one of the things they had in common were these people ate very little meat, if not any meat at all. And I think that's a pretty eye-opening book, because at the end of the day, we all want to live long, healthy lives. Not just live to old age, but live to old age where we can function. And I think kind of introducing that book to him may open his eyes. And like I said, man, maybe he can watch this video and I can be a good influence on him. I can understand why a lot of people are so against veganism, especially men. It's a bad stigma in the media. Usually when you see vegans, you see people that are like social justice warriors, protesting, people that think that they're better than everybody, think they're morally better than everybody because they don't eat meat or they put animals ahead of humans and things like that, man. Hey, that's just one segment of that community. You know what I'm saying? There are people like me that don't eat meat, eat plant-based diets, not just for not from a moral standpoint, but just for an overall health standpoint. So I think it would benefit him, and it may not change him. He may not ever change. But I think that, you know what I'm saying, introducing him to like Dr. Greger, my videos, and just books on plant-based eating may kind of open up his mind so he can be a little more forthcoming to eating plant-based, because I really think that's going to help his health. Because if he has blood pressure, man, that really, you know what I'm saying, knowing that he has that really influenced me to make this video, because I know what happens when you have blood pressure for a long time. I know the health effects that it causes. And I don't want your husband going through that just because he doesn't want to give up meat just for a little while. So I think if he just try that and see if his blood pressure go down, maybe, you know what I'm saying, he can adopt more of a plant-based lifestyle. So hopefully this video was helpful. I know I kind of rambled on. If you have any other questions, leave them down in the comments, man. Y'all have a nice day. And if you're a nutrition student or a dietetic intern and you're concerned about passing the RD exam, feel free to join my Facebook group, RD Exam Prep, which will be down in the description. And this is where you can be part of a community that will answer any questions that you may have, as well as I provided free study guides, notes, and practice exams. And while you're at it, follow me on Instagram at EatRightGuy, and visit my website, eatrightguy.com, where I post weekly blogs on nutrition and dietetics related topics.